Well, ho game, another little short video. In the past I've shown you how to program your trains by using the tape recorder, and then when you're finished you tap it again and then you give the program a name. So I say, these are all my little programs, these little trains here, which is all only to do in Pro, mind you. You can't do it in the normal one. You'd have to go via this part here. So that is the normal way and easiest way to do programming, but you can do it manually. Now I wouldn't advise doing what I do with these manually, because if you put the train to go for 25 seconds, you don't know where the hell that train's going to be on the track. So what you do is you make a little program, and what I've done here is if I go to here and go down here and I go to test program for starters, test loco. There, this is the one I've done. So what you've got here is it starts off at 0. That's your train. In here, if you click on here, you get the list of your locos, so you put the loco that you're going to use, and then when you get to this section here, click on this box, and what you get here is forward to cruise, reverse to cruise, forward to 50, reverse to 50, accelerate. That's the one we're going to be using, but also down here you've got all your sounds. You can manually put all those in if you need to. Now when this reaches 50, what you need is control in it. So what you do is, I've put in 40 seconds. Now what it actually is the longer this number is, the longer it takes to get to the 50 mile an hour. So I actually got it, this is 40 seconds. So there's the train again, and what I've done is put in forward to 50. You can change these round, you can put them to 60, depends on what you want. So this is the one for the one we're going to do. So all we do now is to come out of there and come out for there, just on the safe side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this and do this and put my sound on.
Railmaster voice control ready.
Now then, once this thing gets to 50 mile an hour, you can control it by your sliders, or like with me, I use the voice. So I need to get my voice ready to do this train. So we'll do that first. Nelson, forward. That is now ready to go. So what I can do now is say, sound on, sound on. Whistle tunnel. That's ready. So all I've got to do now is to find that test program up here, which is down here somewhere. Test loco, where is it? Wrong way. Test loco, which is that there. And all you do now is to click that, and what's going to happen is the train will move up slowly and build its speed up. And it's going to now build its speed up to 50 mile an hour. See, it's picking itself up. You're not touching this, this is all done by the computer. So you can do this for every one of your trains. Same as me, I haven't got a station there, but if I had a station there I could do that and do the same again and work it all that way around. It's building it up, it's coming up. And once you hit the speed, it's now running around at 50 mile an hour. So all I have to do now is with my voice, of course, speed 20. So you say I'm controlling this by my voice now. Speed 10. Speed 0. and sound off. So that is how we've done that one. Now if I'm going to swap from this, so I can actually change that to a Nelson, which I've already done. Now I've got this one which I'm going to do next. So what we do now is we come back to here again. Now I need to take this out of the way because it's going to block me. Turn my voice off for now. So we now go back to this particular one here, and we go to the test loco again. I'll find it on here. There it is, test loco. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to change the train from a Lord Nelson to my GWR, which is there. And I'll do the same with this one and change that to my GWR. Now I know for a fact that 50 mile an hour on this one is not right, so what I'm going to do now is do this and do that, and I'm going to find the button, delete that out and put it as 40. That's the trouble with this keyboard. Well, that's it, it's 40 now. And what I do with this one, do the same again, take that one out and put the 40 in. Will do when it does it. Wrong one. That isn't the one I want, it's the forward to 50. Now I don't want that bit in there. This is how it's awkward it gets getting this bit out. Do that one there and we put in 40. Now what I can do now is, I've got this test loco, I can just do this and put in GWR test. That will now save it as GWR test. Come out of there now. Now what I can do now with my GWR, I'll get this ready for starters when I can get to it. There it is. So that's now ready. So what I'm going to do now, I shall put on my sound again.
Railmaster voice control ready.
GWR. GWR. Forward. Lights on. Sound on. Coach on. That's all I've got to do is to get that. I can put that into the program if I need to, but I'm just doing that bit just to show you how to do this. And all I've got to do now is to press this little button here, and as you can see, it's a finer control of starting the trains off from scratch. That will now build its speed up. There it is. It's 50 mile an hour is a bit too fast on this one, so it looks like a bullet going round. So even 40 looks fast, really. Each loco is going to be different on the speeds you run it at, but you just change it to what running speed you want it at. So that's just running round as normal now, like that. I will now put the sound on. Speed 10. Speed 0. Speed 0. Coach off. Lights off. coach off, sound off. You know? And it's as easy as that. You can do that for all your locos, setting them up exactly as I've just done it. So I'm using sound on mine, which is easy for me. But that's the way we can actually to run and program them. As I say, I'd only use it really for doing these trains as I've just done them and showed you. I've actually done it with this one as well. Another way you can actually do it is to change CV3 to 40, and that will then, no matter what your cruise speed you put it at, it'll build its way up to cruise speed. But the trouble with that one is that's going to be incorporated into the loco, so you can't control your trains the same. Whereas with this way, you can control each one of those trains and set them up as you want them. So it's a lot easier to work. Oh, I've just noticed something. I've got a drunk on the station. I'll have to get the police to fetch that one out. As I said, all my lights work now off my controls now, off that RL1 relay. I've also got the points here, which if I turn them now, that puts all my yard lights on, and I can actually take them off again by clicking my points, puts them that way. And of course the latest one attachment to mine, which is my little water tower, and what I can do with that is just press the button.
Ready, mate? She's full.
It's a brilliant little gadget, that one is. I have been doing, over the last week, 2 weeks or since the last video, more so this last week, I've been doing dozens and dozens of layouts, different problems. From Scotland, in Australia as well. So the thing is I can do this for anybody. All you actually need on your computer is TeamViewer. If I just click that down, and there's TeamViewer there. You click on that like this. Once you downloaded it, this is what will actually happen. Is you will get the picture up, and this is that is the picture you should get. So what happens is if you want to get this onto your computer, I do have a video on how to set this up, how to get this onto your computer. So you can just email me and I will send you the details on how to get to it. It'll take you straight to the video and you can see how it's set up. And what you do is if you've got problems, you then call me, and then you give me that number, which is the ID number, and the password. I then put them into my computer on this side, which is down in the office side, not this one, and I link then to your computer, and I can set your problems, solve your problems and set things up in minutes. I've just had one gentleman, he's been nearly 2 weeks virtually throwing it through the wall because he couldn't get things to work. Within 15 minutes, it was just a couple of settings, I got it all working. Thing is, I can check all your settings, make sure everything's working. Good also is that the Elite and the E-Link are totally different on the settings in the Rail Master. But this is the thing is, I can do anything like this for you at any time. I live on my own, so I've got nobody, you can't disturb me. I'm here day and night. Even with the lockdown, I have always been here. The only time I would normally been out is on a Tuesday morning when I've gone up to see Steve at the Hobby Goblin. I and then I go do my supermarket shopping, come back home, and that's it for the week. So Tuesday morning till about 2 o'clock, that's it. Other than that, I'm always here. So if anybody wants to know how to set Railmaster up, or have problems with Railmaster in any shape or form, I've had doing this for 8 years, so I know every trick in the book. One of the things is, if I take this off for a minute, I'll just show you this. Normally, if you look at your locos, you'll get a hare, tortoise and a hand sign there. I can change them round in 2 seconds flat. Another one is when you normally click on the train, such as like this, you'll only get 8 of the functions. There's a little red button there, you press it down to get those. All it is a change in a thing in the system, and then you get 16 there. This one, of course, this is the big one, because this has got 28. And then all you do then, forget to do, is just push up there like that, get to those. It's as easy as that. But there's also, if you go into your trains and your pictures, now one of the things is that if I go into here, you can check this with your trains, but you can check them on the outside as well. This is always the hardest part getting this. But one of the things is, if you look down here on the top of each one of your sliders, it'll tell you what your setting is for that train. But what happens here is if you, more so is it when you put in Hornby trains, if you do it by the code, it is locked with a maximum restriction speed on it. It isn't so bad with the big ones, which are like 116 mile an hour, 100 mile an hour, 90 mile an hour. It's the small ones, the little shunters. My Rushton, which is sitting there at the moment, all quite happy. The speed restriction was put on that at 10 mile an hour. 10 mile an hour around here is like watching paint dry. So I just put it in a different way. And what it's actually done is, if you look at one of these trains, let's see what it comes up, see if it does come up on this one. There, look, there, that maximum there. If I did it with a shunter, it'll actually, that'll restrict it to that 35 mile an hour. Whereas what I can do is, if you put the picture in by a different way, and that'll take this piece out, and it's a lot easier then to run your train. So my little shunters, which I've got 2 over there, I can run them faster than what they normally do. I don't normally, but if I need to, if I wanted to bring the train round a bit quick, I can actually do that, just push the speed up and it'll fly around. But that's the thing, is I can do all these tricks. I've been doing this for 8 years, I know every inch of this thing. So if anybody's got any problems, don't be afraid to call me. I'm always here to help. And my phone number is 01782 302194. My email address is on the bottom of each one of these videos. And please subscribe and take care and be safe, and I'll see you again shortly. Bye.